Now I request our esteemed chief guest to please come on the stage and express his views.
My dear young students, the tiny tots, I must thank you at the outset your performance was superlative. And all the performances, one by one after the other, they were excellent. And your facial expressions, I was more engrossed in the facial expressions of this child, all different, but also pure. And I must admit that I have received the energy for the next 1 year. Thank you very much, all the kids. My dear young students, Honorable Chairman, sir, all the respectable teachers who need all possible commendation for the wonderful performance they have elicited from the kids, and my dear parents. First of all, I must extend my warmest greetings to all of you on the occasion of 75th year of our independence, which we are celebrating. And it is very appropriate that Ashoka Universal School has chosen for its annual day a theme which is related to Indian history, Indian culture, ethos, values, which sometimes we feel that we're forgetting. And it's so appropriate that they have chosen this theme for this year's their annual day function. Well, the tiny tots are so small, I do not know whether if I speak on the need of history, need of knowing culture, they'll percolate down to them. But we should not underestimate them. The performance itself was so enlightening. And when they grow up, I'm sure they will remember bits of it, and it will bring a kind of glow of smile, glow of pleasure for them. You see, I would like to say a few words for the young parents who have accompanied their kids. We live in an age which is so driven by consumerism and material culture that sometimes we feel that we are losing track of our culture, our ethos, and which sometimes happens, our history. Many people are not familiar with our history. Our country is so big. One of the dances or one of the performances so well encapsulated it. The different colors, different dresses, different tongues, different bolis, different languages. So each area has its own history. They have their own monuments, they have their own culture, they have their own food, special food, which need to be preserved. Many people who do not have a background of history, they feel sometimes why knowing history is important. Why is it so important? Why knowing about our culture is so important? Well, studying history will not train you for making computers. It will not train you for making factories, machines. It will not train you to do operations. in a hospital. So do, it will not train you to do any of these activities which our applied sciences, applied technologies do. Then people may ask, why study history if it cannot guarantee you a job? Well, in a sense, they're correct, but only earning a livelihood is not sufficient. We have something here, and its requirement is much bigger. Actually, if you see the genesis of all the philosophies in the world, they start at a question, who am I? Where have I come from? Why have I come down to this earth? And all the philosophies have germinated from there. But I'm not going into philosophy. I'll explain why we need a knowledge of history in very simple terms, in very brief words. The knowledge of history gives you a perspective. It gives you an idea about what was and what happened earlier and where we are now. Those who are from, many of you are familiar with the instruments, laptops, computers. I'll draw my example from there. You see, 30, 40 years back, when these personal computer system, which we call PC, they started coming into the market. Before that, there used to be mini computers which used to fill a hall. The capacity of a personal computer, which an ordinary which a school or college used to buy, used to be 64 MB, 32 MB. That was the hard disk capacity. Now, can you imagine a mobile phone with that kind of hard disk capacity? No. Nowadays, one image consists of a memory which is higher than 32 or 64 MB. Gradually, but working on it at that time appeared to be so superlative, so fast. Then came, after 286, the 386 version, 486 version, the Pentium 1, Pentium 2, gradually the sizes of the softwares, the sizes of the hardwares went on increasing. Now those who worked on those computers and work on today's much, much faster laptops will know how much progress the technology has made. They can very well appreciate the progress where we were 30 years back and where we are today. This knowledge is given by history. History can be of a person, of an area. The chairman Sahab must be well aware. He's been living in Nasik since a number of years. He has seen it grow. He has seen the topography of the city changing. So he can appreciate. But those who came to the city this year, they will not have that perspective, that background. That is why you do not need to study history or culture professionally, but you may be a student of computer science, you may be a student of aeronautic science, but you should know about your history, your culture, your values. because that will help you in your life. I think the values that today's performance highlighted, it best starts at family level. So it's the parents, who are really responsible for inculcating the family values, respect for others, respect for the dignity of labor, the compassion for others. These are the values that are best learned at family. So it's your responsibility to inculcate these values in your kids, because today's kids are tomorrow's citizen. And I would make just one request to the parents, that is not to put too much pressure on your kids from a very young age. Because today what I see is that even small kids, 5, 6 years old, they're pressurized to perform, to compete in dance events, music events. Don't pressure them. The kids are godlike, they're pure. And please never use the term ordinary for anyone, be it your kid or for other or for any other professional, be it a farmer, a sweeper, or a peon, who may be doing ordinary work, but it's extraordinary. Everyone is extraordinary. It may appear ordinary to us that a sweeper sweeps the road, but just imagine if he does not sweep the road for 10 days, what will happen? So imagine the service that he's doing. Respect all the professions, and all the child are ordinary, but that's the bottom line. We are all ordinary, but all of us may have some streak of something extraordinary. So please don't pressure your child. I think if I go on longer, my young friends will become very angry with me. So once again, I thank my young friends, and I thank the authorities of this school for giving me this wonderful opportunity to partake of this wonderful performance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your motivation and guidance for. Now I request our Honorable Chairman, sir, to come on the stage and express his views.
Dr. Jha, you have said perfectly. Absolutely, though technologically we are developing like anything, but as far as family is concerned, our culture is decreasing. That is what I have experienced, you have also experienced in last 50, 60 years. And this is very much alarming, very much serious. Everybody knows, they know, they see, but when it comes to the practical, the things are coming different. क्यों होता है ऐसा? क्यों होता है ऐसा बताइए? क्यों हम हमारे बारे में बच्चों को बोलते हैं, उनको प्रेशर करते हैं, मगर उनके जिस तरह से ध्यान देना चाहिए वो ध्यान नहीं जाता है? क्यों होता है ऐसा? क्योंकि हम लोग इतने इनग्रॉस हो गए हैं नहीं इस टेक्नोलॉजी की वजह से, अपने बिजनेस में या अपने सर्विस में या अपने वर्किंग में, एंड जो भी थोड़ा बहुत टाइम मिलता है तो हमारे अपने मोबाइल में, आते हैं जो व्हाट्सएप है, ये अलग अलग टाइप के डाउनलोड करके ये व्हाट नॉट, एंटरटेनमेंट इज। और वही फिर होता है कि इतना काम करने के बाद में वो तो एंटरटेनमेंट चाहिए। अगेन वी डिपेंड ऑन स्कूल एंड यस, दिस इज द प्रेजेंटेशन। आई मस्ट कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट absolutely the way you did and your team. I'm telling you, it's really mind blowing. क्योंकि हर एक बच्चे को जिस तरह से स्टेप्स कर रहे थे, अरे एक थोड़ा स्टेप हमारे लिए अगर सिखाए तो भी हम भूल जाते हैं वापस करने में, बट द अमाउंट ऑफ बच्चे जिस तरह से कर रहे हैं, वाओ। आज तो मिनल तू और तेरी टीम ने ना, तो मैं तुझे बताया कि यस रियली प्लीज कम, रियली आई मस्ट कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट फ्रॉम द बॉटम माई हार्ट। आज यू हैव मेड माई डे। मैंने मेरे 16 साल में भी ऐसा फंक्शन देखा नहीं है। सो मच एफर्ट्स यू डिड ग्रैंडफादर, absolutely fine, absolutely. And Dr. Jha, this is what these people are doing, inculcating those things in the mind of the tiny tot, which is the growing, which is the blowing. कि वहाँ पे वो जो ऐसे ही है, क्या बात है यार, the way these people, have you seen throughout, their action and everything is wow. Even the पहले जो है स्पीच किया, वेलकम, उसके बाद में उन्होंने एवरीथिंग बाय देयर, वाव। इसका मतलब क्या है, पेरेंट्स को मैं कहता हूँ, त्यांच्यामध्ये हे टॅलेंट आहे, प्रचंड टॅलेंट आहे, ते हळूहळू डिमिश होतं कारण तुमचं लक्ष नाही आहे. तुमची अपेक्षा असते स्कूलनी सगळं करावं, करतील, स्कूल करणार, पण किती करणार? हार्डली सगळ्या त्याच्या लाईफमध्ये जर तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेट केलं तर 10 ते 12% पर्सेंटेजमध्ये मुलगा शाळेत असतो, मुलगी शाळेत असते, रेस्ट तुमच्याबरोबर असतो, राहिलेल्या वेळामध्ये बाहेरच्या कल्चरमध्ये असतो. एक गोष्ट लक्षात घ्या की तुम्हाला या टेक्नॉलॉजीमुळे, रोजच्या या व्यवसायामुळे थोडंसं शक्यही नाही आहे, कारण खूप कॉम्पिटिशन आहे, प्रत्येक ठिकाणी कॉम्पिटिशन्स आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये हे गोष्टी लागतात, तिथे गरज आहे, मी त्याला दोष देत नाही. पण मग तुमच्या घरामध्ये ग्रँडपेरेंट आहेत ना, तुमचे आईवडील आहेत ना, त्यांना सांभाळा, ते सांभाळतील. जसं हे नाही, एक एक गोष्ट यांना सांगत होते आणि त्या मुलांना त्या याच्यामध्ये, कारण त्यांच्याकडे वेळ आहे, आज या ग्रँडपेरेंटकडे भरपूर वेळ आहे. त्यांना तुम्ही तुमच्या जसा मुलगा तुमच्या याच्यामध्ये जन्म झाल्यापासून तुमच्या पॅरेंटला तुम्ही रिस्पेक्ट द्यायला सुरुवात करा, आपाप ह्याला सुद्धा, या व्यक्तीकडनं सुद्धा तसं होईल. आणि मग त्यांच्यामधलं जे ते रिलेशनशिप आहे ना, ती डेव्हलप करा. ती जर रिलेशनशिप डेव्हलप झाली तर शाळेमधनं जे काही थोडंफार मिळेल त्याचं जे आहे ना, त्याची पुढे पुनरावृत्ती तिथे होऊ शकेल आणि त्यामध्ये मुलं तयार होतील. जी मुलं तयार होतील ती खरोखरच या ग्लोबवरती अतिशय उत्तम अशी असतील. माझी सगळ्या पॅरेंटला, आज पॅरेंटने सुद्धा ज्या पद्धतीने परफॉर्मन्स केला, वाव मिनल ग्रेट, एव्हरीथिंग, ऑल फंक्शन, एव्हरीथिंग वॉज सुपर, म्हणजे शब्दच नाही, आय डोंट हॅव वर्ड टू, म्हणजे व्हॉट आय शुड डू. ग्रेट, ॲब्सोल्युटली ग्रेट. आणि परत जसं तुम्ही सांगितलं झा साहेब, आपने जैसे बोला वही कि उनके ऊपर प्रेशर मत डालो. मगर प्रेशर क्यों डालने नहीं, देयर एक्सपेक्टेशन इज बहुत, करते कुछ नहीं उनके लिए, बट देयर एक्सपेक्टेशन है ये होना चाहिए, वो भी करना चाहिए, वो भी करना चाहिए. अरे तुम तुम्हारे माता पिता को संभालो और उनको बोलो वो जिम्मेदारी दो, वो उनको परफेक्ट करेंगे. एम आई राइट और रॉन्ग? थैंक यू. तो मेरा वही कहना है कि लेट्स डू इट दैट वे. अगर इस तरह से हमारा कल्चर कहे तो हमारे बच्चे, यहाँ के अशोका यूनिवर्सिटी के, नासिक के आपके बच्चे, जो आपका जो सपना है और हमारा भी जो सपना है, ग्लोब में लीडर होए, ग्लोब में ये पूरे पृथ्वी के ऊपर एक उनका लीडरशिप रहे, उनकी एक अलग सी एंटिटी रहे, ये होगा, ये हो भैया रहे. हमारा तो यही अभियान है, दिस इज व्हाट आवर मिशन इज, यू जस्ट हेल्प अस. हाँ, मगर एक बताऊं, वैसे पेरेंट भी बहुत अच्छे हैं, आपने देखा होगा, दे हैव पार्टिसिपेटेड, दे हैव डांस, यही इसी तरह से हमारे और अपना जो है जॉइंट वेंचर बनाते हैं और लेट्स वर्क फॉर द स्टूडेंट. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच Minal. Once again, I am so much glad, so much all of you. मम्मी बहुत अच्छी. थैंक यू.
सर आपको रुकना है, सर आपको रुकना है. थैंक यू सो मच सर. सर आपको रुकना है स्टेज पे. सर ओके ओके, दिनेश सर. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर ब्लेसिंग्स, मोटिवेशन और थोड़ी डांट भी, जो मैं भी थोड़ा आईना मुझे भी दिख गया कि कहाँ कहाँ पे करेक्शंस करने हैं. और अभी एक सरप्राइज है आपके लिए. हमारे सबके प्यारे ग्रैंडफादर हैं, अगर हमारे कान खींचने के लिए तो थोड़ी मस्ती ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के साथ भी होनी चाहिए. यस और नो? सो दादाजी एंड दादाजी, प्लीज द स्टेज इज ऑल योर्स. आर वी रेडी? Parents, there's a lovely surprise for all of us. Come on, put your hands together for a lovely, lovely, awesome grandparents. Audience में से कोई grandparent join करना चाहता है? Please, please put your hands up and come on stage. Please clap for them.
उठे सबके कदम, देखो रम पम पम, आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो.
कभी खुशी कभी गम, तररम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो.
Keep clapping for our lovely grandparents.
जाने कहाँ ढंग गया है.
किसे है फिक्र, किसे क्या पसंद, प्यार के जहां में रजामंद जब हम तुम
हम बन गए हैं सनम, बेधड़क मेरे घर आया करो. कभी खुशी कभी गम, तारा रम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो.
उठे सबके कदम, देखो रम पम पम, आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो.
कभी खुशी कभी गम, तारा रम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो. उठे सबके कदम, देखो रम पम पम, आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो.
कभी गम, तारा रम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो.
ये गाना तो कंटिन्यू होना चाहिए. और एक बार फिर से once more. आगे आ जाइए.
सबके कदम, उठे सबके कदम, देखो रम पम पम, आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो. कभी खुशी कभी गम, तारा रम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो. उठे सबके कदम, देखो रम पम पम, आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो.
कभी खुशी कभी गम, तररम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो.
Look at the energy.
जाने कहाँ ढंग गया है.
किसे है फिक्र, किसे क्या पसंद, प्यार के जहां में रजामंद जब हम तुम
हम बन गए हैं सनम, बेधड़क मेरे घर आया करो. कभी खुशी कभी गम, तारा रम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो.
उठे सबके कदम, देखो रम पम पम, आज ऐसे गीत गाया करो.
प्लीज पुट योर हैंड्स टुगेदर फॉर आवर लवली लवली ग्रैंडपेरेंट्स. आज ये सिर्फ अपने नन्हे मुन्ने बच्चों को मोटिवेट करने स्टेज पर आए हैं. जोरदार तालियां होनी चाहिए इन सभी के लिए, और इवन उन ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के लिए जो ऑडियंस में बैठे हैं और आज हमको आशीर्वाद देने आए हैं. थैंक यू सो मच. वी रियली लव यू ऑल. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू मैम. प्लीज बी केयरफुल.
पिक्चर तो अभी बाकी है, राइट?
Let's go home and miss mom and dad.
अरे
पिक्चर तो अभी बाकी है मेरे भाई।
Ready for our grand finale! Hoot out loud!
नचेगा दीवाना हो देखेगा जमाना हो मोरी सुफियाना सी पाटिया। हो नचेगा दीवाना हो देखेगा जमाना हो मोरी सुफियाना सी पाटिया। फिकर भुला के तू कमर हिला के और नच ले मेरे संग साथिया। कोई मुझे रोको जरा नच नच के हाथ का बीट बढ़िया। मनु चढ़या डांस का मनु चढ़या डांस का भूत चढ़या। मनु चढ़या डांस का भूत चढ़या। मेरा लड़या इश्क का बेंच लड़या। मनु चढ़या डांस का भूत चढ़या।
Halamati Habibu, Halamati Habibandale, Halamati Habibu, Halamati Habibanda, Halamati Habibu, Halamati Habibandale, Halamati Habibu, Halamati Habibu.
रात का है अपना मजा। आ यार मस्ती में तू झूम जा। ओ इस रात का है अपना मजा। आ यार मस्ती में तू झूम जा। बैठा है क्या सीटी बजा। लुंगी पकड़ के जरा घूम जा।
ये डांस तेरा देख देख झटके लगे तेज तेज दिल सबका धक धक करे।
घंट लगा रेंट लगा रे गांजा तो सबको का रेंट लगा रे रेंट लगा रे मैं गांजा तो सबको का रेंट लगा रे तुमका मेरा एक्सीलेंट लगा रे मैं गांजा तो सबको का रेंट लगा रे खत्म नहीं हुआ बावड़ी पूछ अबे ढोल पीट ले
बैल जैसे धूल उड़ा के सींग उठा के तुम भी नाचो बाज जम के ताल ढोल बेटा राजू उड़ के नाचो मिट्टी जो तो रोट मोटा मिर्च खा के ऐसे नाचो
हाँ जा छोरे हाँ जा गोरे हाँ जा छोरे नाचो 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 वीर नाचो 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 यार नाचो 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 आगो तारा राग छेड़ा नाचो 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 उसने चक्का लागे जीता नाचो 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 यार नाचो 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 वीर नाचो 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 यार नाचो
Finally! wow, wow, wow! Super से भी बहुत supersonic performance. Once again, please give them a huge round of applause. Now I call upon I call upon our Ridan Ashokite to give vote of thanks.
A very good evening to all. I, Master Ridan, proud Ashokite, take this privilege on behalf of my school to propose vote of thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Abhiteshwar sir, who spent time from his busiest schedule to grace Togejet. Your thoughts has lighted our mind and are great inspiration. I also thank our honorable chairman sir and our motivation dear Shukla sir and always loving Asta ma'am, dignitaries, principals, vice principals, heads of schools and all lovely audience for your remarkable presence and motivation. With your blessings and grace, we are able to make this event a great success. Hope you all had a mesmerizing evening. Thank you once again.
Wow! The vote of thanks is over. Everything is over. Now, I welcome Miss Anvika Ambadekar to share her views. Please come, ma'am.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You must be wondering who I am. So, my name is, as she said, I am Mrs. Avika Ambadekar. My son is Madhavan Ambadekar. He studies in senior KG at Ashoka Global Preschool. I have been given this amazing, blessed, I would say it's a blessed opportunity to address this August gathering here today. But before I begin, I had brought a paper along, and I know everybody's getting angsty and children want to leave and parents want to leave too. But please hear me out, because I think I will be talking, maybe a few words from me will be echoing the sentiment and the feelings that we all have as parents of children who are going to this beautiful school. Before I begin, can I please request all the parents and everybody present here to give a standing ovation to the team of Ashoka Global Preschool. Please, ladies and gentlemen, for the beautiful, amazing, superlative performance that this team has put forward. We all have maybe one or two children at home, but to have this, thank you so much. Thank you so much, teachers. Thank you so much, parents. Thank you for keeping my word. So I would like to begin, although I have already begun speaking, with something you all might be familiar with. And if you know this, please recite this along with me. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I salute and I bow to each teacher, each support staff, each assistant teacher, the Adam staff, everybody. From the bus conductors to the bus drivers to the ladies to the aunties, I salute and bow down in humble reverence to all of these. So our journey as a parent began last year. We belong to the armed forces and we keep getting transferred here and there every few years. To come to Ashoka, especially to Nasik after a spell of COVID was very difficult. Like I agree, most of us must have found it very difficult that our children, उनको आदत नहीं थी लैपटॉप के बिना टीचर को देखने की और इकट्ठे बैठने की, एक दूसरे से बात करने की, क्या ये टिफ़िन शेयर करेंगे कि नहीं, क्या ये मैम की बात सुनेंगे कि नहीं, क्या ये वहाँ बैठे रहेंगे, सो तो नहीं जाएंगे, बिकॉज सबका टाइम ऊपर नीचे था. So like any other parent, me and my husband were extremely worried about which school we should put our child in. And our first interaction was a very random walk-in to the school. We had not called up. And the reception, the lady at the reception was very kind. And she instantly told us, no ma'am, you please go and meet Rebecca ma'am. So Rebecca ma'am, wherever you are the first threshold for us. You're the first one we met. And you changed the perception of how a school should be. Mr. Chairperson, sir, dignitaries, chief guests, sir, teachers, I have in my life, as a student, as a teacher sometimes, never come across an organization which is so focused with the vision that they have. I vividly remember the first parent-teacher association meeting we had. Were you all there? Parents, can you give me a... Yes. So I remember when we went to the first PTM meeting, I was expecting a very mundane of, आपका बच्चा ये नहीं कर रहा, आप इसको थोड़ा घर पे बिठाओ, इसको time से सुलाओ and all of that. Nothing like that happened. We reached and we were actually, our eyes opened. Miss Joshi is here. I told her that day, I couldn't speak when they gave me the mic because I had tears, because they told us what the essence of education is. This school teaches parents how to be better parents by being partners in education and not being parents to the child. It was a beautiful revelation, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I have not come across a school where they don't tell you to discipline your child, but they discipline you to understand your child. That's a beautiful thing, ma'am. This brings me to the classroom. I will just finish off quickly. The classroom teaching is phenomenal. We all know that. Right to education is the fundamental right of every child. But here I saw that the teachers are also teaching them the concept of kartavya. They're teaching the children the concept of duties. And if our child has the concept of duties in his fiber, in his moral fiber, I am so sure he will be a very good, informed and responsible citizen for future times to come. So thank you so much, teachers, for that. And I'm sure we all remember the various functions that our children have dressed up for, they have sung for. So thank you all again. I don't have synonyms now for gratitude. I'm running out of thank you. I will try to sum it up now in the next few lines, but this is something I really wanted to put across. Ma'am, sir, from the bus ride with this beautiful lady called Sangeeta Didi, who comes every morning, holds my bacha's hand very securely and says, okay, say bye to ma. And I'm a very loving mother. I'm pretty much a mama bear actually. So the moment she'll hold his hand, it vanishes. My whole perception, my worries, I'm just, okay, Sangeeta Didi has taken him over. I think a bus is so secure. It's amazing. Hats off to this team. So from Sangeeta Didi, who holds his hand, to the auntie who escorts him to his classroom, to Ghazala ma'am, Bhagyashri ma'am, Sagar sir, Samson sir, Sheetal ma'am, Jenny ma'am. These are not names of teachers in your roster, in your pay scale. They are names that are etched in the heart of my child. They are etched in the heart of every parent sitting here. I know I say it for everybody. Our days don't go by when we are told that Sagar sir ने बोला ऐसे करना, या भाग्यश्री मैम ने बोला, या गजाला मैम ने बोला. उसकी जिंदगी उन्हीं के आसपास घूमती है. कोई बोलता है पेरेंट्स ब्रह्मांड होते हैं बच्चों के लिए. नहीं, यहाँ पे गुरु, जो गुरु हैं यहाँ पे, वो ब्रह्मांड है मेरे बेटे के लिए. And lastly, my father said these lines to me when I was 10 years old, and I hold them very dear to my heart, and I live it with my son. Parents, this is for you. Allowing teachers to do what they do because they do it better than us many times. The great poet and philosopher Khalil Gibran, you might have heard of him, in his book Prophet said, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. They are with you, but they don't belong to you. You may give them your love, but you cannot give them their thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but you cannot house their souls. For their souls dwell in the houses of tomorrow, which you cannot even visit in your wildest dreams. You may strive to be like them and seek that they become like you. But life, ladies and gentlemen, but life does not go backwards. It always goes forward. We, the parents, the teachers, the Adam staff, we are the bows from which our children, as living arrows, are sent forth to become globally responsible citizens. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And kudos to the team. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Ashoka. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Very true, very true. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your inspiring journey with Ashoka. I would request our audience to please rise for Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sukhalam Malayaj Sheetalam Sasya Syamalam Mataram Vande Mataram Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayamini Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini Sukhadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram. Thank you so much. Good night.